In this video, I'll provide you with my point stacking starter kit, 5 beginner tips so that you can be best positioned to start a point stacking journey of your own. Point stacking can guarantee you 3x, 4x points for the majority of every dollar you spend, which could total to 10 to 20,000 points or more a month. I'm sure that will help you get to your next vacation faster, right? Using credit card rewards for travel is a two-edged sword. You've probably already heard about how to maximize the value of your credit card points when redeeming them for travel, such as getting 2 cents per point. But on the flip side of that coin is earning points from your actual credit card spending. The most common way to jump into this is with a credit card welcome offer, where you get a large sum of points after meeting a minimum spend requirement over a few months. For example, 60,000 points for spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening the card. This would equate down to 15 points per dollar. But what if you could get 10 to 15 points per dollar for most of your regular spending after you get your welcome bonus? It's possible, and I do it regularly via point stacking. My first piece of advice would be to start small. As with most people, when someone is trying to learn a new skill or take on a new challenge, it can be tempting to want to dive in head first and try to do everything at once. But this is often not the best approach. Starting small allows you to focus on the basics and build a solid foundation before moving on to more complex tasks. It also helps to prevent you from becoming overwhelmed or discouraged early on. When you start small, you can break down your goal into smaller, more manageable steps. This makes it seem less daunting and more achievable. It also allows you to track your progress and see how far you've come. Another benefit of starting small is that it allows you to learn from your mistakes. When you are trying to do too much at once, it's easy to make mistakes. But when you start small, you can make mistakes and learn from them without having a major impact on your overall progress. So, if you're trying to learn a new skill or take on a new challenge, remember the advice to start small. It may seem counterintuitive, but it is often the best way to achieve your goals. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time, effort, and perseverance to achieve your goals. But if you start small and take things one step at a time, you'll eventually reach your destination. And yes, pun is totally intended right here. Secondly, set specific, measurable, and achievable goals. What is it that you want to achieve from your credit card or points? Instead of saying, I want to earn more travel points, say, I want to earn 35,000 points to book a free economy seat within the next 6 months. Break down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. If your goal is in fact to earn enough points to book a free economy seat, you should break it down into steps like signing up for a new credit card with a sign-up bonus, using that card for everyday purchases, which will earn me more points per dollar, and then transferring those points from your credit card to a travel partner. My third point today is that it's important to understand the perks and benefits of the cards you have. If you already have a card, go back and ask yourself why you got it. Was it for travel points, cash back, or to cover your grocery expenses or streaming services? Then ask yourself if you're still getting the benefits of those cards. If not, it may be time to cancel or downgrade it. Or it may be time to get a new card and reevaluate your setup. On the other hand, are there any perks you're not using at all from your cards? These are often credits like the $10 food and Uber credit on the Amex Gold. Or you got that airline card for the free checked bag, but now you only travel with carry-ons. At number 4, we have pick your partners. This is a huge one, being that companies reward loyalty. Pick an airline partner and a hotel partner and start building status. The more you stay or fly with a particular partner, the more benefits you'll receive. And in many times, this comes in the form of extra points or miles. I recently stayed at an Intercontinental Hotel in Seoul, South Korea, and received expedited check-in and an extra 600 IHG points because of my loyalty and status. In addition to these benefits, hotels often provide free upgrades, dining credits, free breakfast, extra points, early check-in or late checkout, and sometimes even free black car rides to and from the airport. As I mentioned in a previous video, my go-to partners are United, because I'm from Illinois, and IHG for the Intercontinental hotels. But I do also stay at Marriott properties often. I choose these hotel partners because IHG and Marriott have properties everywhere. So it's easy for me to manage my points. And United flies both domestically and internationally, and is part of the Star Alliance network. So when needed, I can book other airlines within that alliance directly from the United site. And because you're awesome, here's a bonus tip: make mistakes. It's important to make mistakes because they are the best way for us to learn. Right now, my son is learning to walk and he falls down many times. However, each time he falls, he learns a little bit more about how to walk. Eventually, he'll be able to walk without falling down. And the same is true for us as we are learning new things. We will make mistakes, but each mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Embrace them and learn from them. In my own journey over the last 10 years with points and credit cards, I have made plenty of mistakes. I have lost out on hundreds of points that could have been redeemed for travel. However, I have learned from my mistakes and now I am much better at using my points and credit cards. I have also created this channel to share my experiences with others so that they can avoid making the same mistakes that I did. If you're new to points and credit cards, I encourage you to not just learn from my mistakes, but also learn from my experiences. Use my advice to make the most out of your points and credit cards.